Hello everyone, welcome to the Old Man and the Read. My name is Jerry. Today I'm going to do a video on another writer I really enjoy reading, and that is S Naipaul. Naipaul was a Trinidad-born but British, considered a British writer, and he wrote fiction and non-fiction. He was born in 1932 and died in 2018. Most of his stories were based around Indians, mostly in Trinidad, but anyway, he wrote some really interesting, some very humorous, some really depressing, but he wrote some really excellent books. He was the Nobel Prize winner in literature in the year 2001. So anyway, with that, I'll start showing you the books. The earliest I have from him, published in 1957, and this is The Mystic Massure. And it's a very satirical look at Indians in Trinidad. It follows a man named Ganesh, and he was able to turn failure and a lack of ambition into eventual success as a mystic. In 1959, he published Miguel Street, and this is a short story collection that is centered around Miguel Street in Port of Spain, Trinidad. And it's basically, each story is about an incident in the life of one of the residents of that street, and many of those same characters appear occasionally in some of the other stories. In 1961, he published A House for Mr Biswas, and this is about a man who's born into circumstances that condemn him to misfortune. So it's about his desire to break free from those constraints, and he hopes to enter the modern world by having his own house. In 1971, he published In a Free State, and this is actually 3 novellas in one book. The first novella is titled One Out of Many, and this is about a domestic who is brought to America to work, but he manages to escape and to go work on his own. The second novella is Tell Me Who to Kill, and this is about a man who is supporting his brother to go to school, and then finding out that his brother had never been attending school. And then the third is In a Free State, the title story. And this is really just a suspenseful road trip in Africa. In 1975, he published Gorillas, and it takes place on a Caribbean island, and it's a story that follows a white liberal man, his girlfriend, and a black man who is basically a revolutionary. It's really a very dark and depressing story, and it ends in violence and tragedy. In 1979, he published A Bend in the River, and this is about a man of Indian descent who buys a store from his uncle, and the store is located a week's journey by river in eastern Africa. When he gets there, it's a struggle to maintain the store, but the town it's in starts prospering, and so things start looking better. But then political changes come to Africa as they achieve independence from colonization, and that's where the story goes from there. In 1987, he published The Enigma of Arrival, and this is basically autobiographical, but it's Naipaul is talking about the places he went to after leaving Trinidad and Tobago. But most of the story is about his time in England, and he talks about, or he describes the landscape of the area, of the town, and as he's on his daily walks. In 1994, he published Away in the World. This is a historical account of the colonization of the Caribbeans, but it's been highly fictionalized. It tells stories about Raleigh and Francisco de Miranda, and he mixes some autobiographical stories about his life himself. In 2001, he published Half a Life, and this follows just a really unambitious young man named Willie, who leaves India to go to school in England. He really makes no effort to excel at school, but he is writing a book of short stories, and this actually leads him to meet a woman from Africa. And so after college, he really has no ambition, and because he has nothing better to do, he decides to go to Africa with her. And in 2004, he published Magic Seeds, and this is a follow-up from Half a Life. And it continues following Willie. His marriage has ended, and he moves in with his sister. She quickly tires of him, and so he ends up moving back to India, and he has several misadventures in India. But those are the books I read by S Naipaul. Really entertaining books, some rather humorous, some a little depressing, but an excellent writer otherwise. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on another video. Thanks.